Hello everyone and welcome to part 7 of my Lundby series. As you can see, most of the house has been occupied. We've got the bathroom, the master bedroom, the living room, children's room, kitchen diner and an empty room. And in this empty room I'm going to add something that I would love to have in real life, but unfortunately I don't. Not yet. Who knows? One day I might fulfill the ambition of having a utility room. Yes, a separate room for your washing machine and dryer, cleaning products, all kept separate from the kitchen. That would be ideal. So I have one item here from the Lundby series designed for a utility room, and I'm a little bit disappointed with it because everything else in the Lundby house is quite realistic looking, and yet for some reason the washing machine has a face on it, as does the vacuum cleaner. They also have ears, so they don't look as realistic as you'd expect. I mean, the kitchen diner, it looks pretty realistic, but personally in real life I've never seen a washing machine with a face. I've seen a vacuum cleaner with a face, but not ears. So anyway, this is what we have for the Lundby family to vacuum the house and wash their clothes. I'm also adding to the utility room this unit. This looks just the same or very similar to the unit we have, the grey unit that we have inside the kitchen, but this is green and it's also got 2 lights instead of 1. Now there's a difference because this is for a different Lundby house which I think is now discontinued. It's for the Smalland house. So if you find an electrical piece of furniture for the Smalland house, it possibly means that it plugs in to a transformer, because there are Lundby houses that have little sockets on the wall where you actually plug the items in and all the lighting works off a mains transformer. So this does have lights, but I can't actually plug them in because I don't have that sort of Lundby house, unfortunately. So let's open this piece of furniture first. One thing I'd like to point out, if this video series has inspired you to perhaps looking into getting your own doll's house, unless you really like the Lundby house, if you like the style of it, if you like the furniture, get the Lundby. It's a lovely detailed house, but it's an odd scale. The Lundby furniture is 1/16 scale, whereas the majority of dolls' houses are 1/12 scale, which means if you try and put a 1/12 scale piece of furniture inside the Lundby house, it's going to look too big. So if you want to start the hobby of dolls' house collecting, start with your house and then you can add to the rooms bit by bit. You know, it's just something you can buy once a month. You might just want to buy one piece of furniture. It could take years to fill a doll's house if you do it that way. But my advice is go for 1/12 scale, because there is so much you can put in a 1/12 scale doll's house that you can't put in a Lundby. You can have a modern 1/12 scale doll's house, a Victorian one, a retro one. There's so much available. So you are a bit restricted if you go for the Lundby series. So this is just from a different, there's some furniture in here that I've got, but there's a lot. There's even a Bluetooth sort of radio here with a television, so you can connect your Bluetooth device and listen to music through a little speaker. So this is a different range. I do have some of the items of furniture from these different ranges, and they are compatible with this house. It's just the electrical accessories are not compatible. Size-wise they're fine, but you can see from this it looks the same. I don't know if it should be the same size. Let me just get the grey one out and have a look. Yes, it is. It's exactly, more or less, it's a little bit taller actually, the worktop. So as you can see, more or less the same size. So the scale works. But this green one, as I said, is one that you have to plug in. So instead of a battery compartment, whoops, drawers are falling out. Instead of the battery compartment, you can see here we've got a lead and a little 2-pin plug. And there are little 2-pin sockets on some of the older style Lundby houses. There may be a way of converting a newer style to take sockets. After all, the walls are just made of card. So if you're very careful, you could cut out a sockets hole and get the sockets and the adapter. So yes, I suppose you could do it, but for the time being I'm just going to leave it as it is. But as I said, there are 2 lights on this instead of the one on the battery operated version. But it's more or less the same. We've got 2 drawers that open, but everything else is oh no, sorry, 4 drawers, isn't it? Because there's the 2 bigger drawers there. But of course the dishwasher doesn't open, the sink doesn't open. This cupboard opens here. So I'm going to have that in my utility room because it's got a sink, and a lot of utility rooms have a sink. Obviously we do have an extra dishwasher, but we won't fall out over that one. So I have bought some other accessories. Now these are 12th scale, and I'm not sure if you can see what these are. Tiny packets of washing detergent, and although they're for a 12th scale doll's house, they're more or less the right scale for the Lundby. Because if we look, say, at this little packet of coffee that comes with the green kitchen unit, they're sort of the same scale, so they're fine. So I've got a little tiny packet of Persil. Hopefully the camera's not going to go out of focus. And there's a packet of Fairy, packet of Bold, more Persil, Surf, Tide. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a few of these on show. Maybe I'll put them in here, look. This, the housewife of this Lundby house obviously likes to keep well stocked laundry supplies. I like to keep a good stock of things in. Now these are falling down. Now my sister-in-law Amanda commented, now where have I put it? There's still a lot of small accessories to put in here, but when I'm moving the house they fall over all over the place. They're very tiny accessories and they move about. So I did get it out ready, but what I've done with it, oh here it is. My sister-in-law Amanda told me about this stuff called tacky wax, and this is for miniatures. It's a wax adhesive for holding miniatures in place. So obviously you can use it for dolls' houses, you can use it if you've got dioramas, if you've got other scenes, you know, model railways and stuff, and you want to keep the figures and the small accessories, you know, in where they should go, not falling down all the time. So this allows repositioning, and you can remove it with warm water and soap. So I'm going to try putting up anything that goes on the wall. Instead of using the sticky pads that come supplied, I'm going to try this tacky wax, and hopefully I'll be able to remove it without damaging the wall papers on the cardboard walls of this Lundby house. So that's a tip for you, tacky wax. I never knew about that obviously until Amanda told me about it. So I'm just thinking I won't do it now, but the tacky wax would be ideal for just positioning all these packets of soap powder that I've got here. So I'm just going to just put them in, and you'll find so many. I mean, I don't know, I didn't buy any because I'm not sure about the scale, because they are 1/12 scale, but somebody on eBay was selling miniatures for houses, and even like packets of Warburton's rolls and Quorn sausage rolls, everything that, you know, they look so realistic. I mean, these look pretty good. So we'll leave a couple of packets out. So there you go, you can just about see I've got lots of packets of detergent. I'm just going to put that for now. I think the trouble is I've got to be careful now, they've all fallen down, look, so that's where I really need the tacky wax. They're falling all over the shop. Now I just have to try and put this in place without getting that mains cable. The mains cable, I think I'll have to try and move that plug out of the bottom. just pull out some of the cable. It's going to sit a bit proud of the wall, but there we go. All my detergent's fallen over. So I will be using the old tacky wax in here. Right, so in that goes. Well, I'll have to leave it like that. It's all falling to bits, folks. I'll just put a couple of the packets of detergent on the worktop. We've also got more miniature accessories. So I'll take this little bottle of washing up liquid, actually, and we'll pop that next to the sink. And we'll leave the other small accessories for now. Let's open this washing machine. I did look at a Playmobil washing machine. I think it's going to be too small. I do even have, folks, believe it or not, a Miele branded Playmobil washing machine, complete with a Miele engineer with a Miele cap that I've had ages. I've no idea where it is. It's somewhere in my Playmobil stock. But it is smaller. This is the Playmobil washing machine. Yeah, it's about a centimetre less tall. So you can see, can you just about see, there is a little drum in there. You can see what I mean about this silly little face. I really don't know why they've done that. But, you know, had it not had that silly face, it would, and the ears, it would look fairly realistic. I think it'll go there, like that, in the corner. And then, of course, we have this, I think they're going to use this as a laundry basket, perhaps. Just pop that there for now. And finally, this ludicrous little vacuum cleaner with a smiley face. It is quite rigid though. I mean, the hose, it doesn't really bend, so that's it. So it's going to take up rather a lot of room. You can't really move the hose and wand, but we can just pop that there. So that is sort of the utility room, but I have got some of my other bits as well to add. And I believe these are Barton or Lundby. If you're looking for Lundby on eBay, also look under Caroline's Home, Barton, Lundby, and there's some other furniture that fits the scale. So this is like a vintage, I think it's a Barton, but it is made to Lundby scale. So we've got a little ironing board there. So we can pop the ironing board and iron there. And also, we have something I used to own. I was looking at a video that I made years ago. I used to have this next to my bed. I think the one I had was all white, possibly, with a yellow handle. I can't remember. But here, this is an Electrolux upright vacuum to scale. It's Lundby scale, or it could be from the Caroline's Home series, but I think it was connected with Lundby. So, there we go. An upright vintage vacuum. We'll just pop that there. And also a carpet sweeper, which is a little bit more out of scale. Seems a bit large compared to the vacuum cleaner, but we'll pop it in anyway. Something else, I was looking at other washing machines because I wanted something a little bit more realistic looking. So I found this one. This is made of wood. But this is what I mean by 12th scale. This is a 12th scale washing machine. And if I compare this to the Lundby one, which is 1/16th scale, you can see the huge difference in size. So although you could put this in a Lundby house, you could just pretend it's one of those big American style washing machines that are larger than our front loaders, although that is a front loader, but it's got controls on the top, so it's not designed to fit under a worktop like our modern automatics are. So it's a bit big. I also found on Amazon, this is a mini sort of twin tub. It's supposed to be a twin tub, but when you actually open it, it's got a single tub. But again, that's huge. So if you compare it to the Lundby scale, that's far too big. So that's, you know, a bit disappointing that I couldn't use those. The washing machine, this wooden washing machine, I believe, yes, it came with this, or did I buy it separate? I can't remember. Here we have a little pile of laundry with an iron. It's all out of focus, isn't it? hard to get it into focus. There we go, little little iron, little laundry basket, and some Omo liquid detergent. That sort of fits in. It's the scale of that isn't bad, so I could use that. In fact, if I put that on top of the washing machine, yeah, that looks okay. And the Omo as well, that sort of fits scale wise. So I can't really use these two. So that's my whole point about the scale of your doll's house. If you're looking to start up a doll's house, personally go for the 12th scale, because you'll find so much more stuff you can add to your doll's house. It would take you a long time to fill it, especially if you just decide to buy one item a month or something. You know, you think you're talking years. If you buy a big doll's house, that's the initial outlay, the actual house, and then it's furnishing. You can either decide to concentrate on furnishing one room, or just buy bits of furniture and furnish, you know, add a bed 1 month, add a cooker to the kitchen the other, and just do it like that, whatever you want to do. I have found another vacuum. These are all over the place, and they've had to call them, these are obviously based on the Henry vacuum, but they can't call them Henry. So this is a Harry. You can get one called, I think, a Hattie in pink. You can get these in different colours, but that is more or less to scale. I have tried this with a Lundby figure and it looks okay. So if we compare it to the Lundby, the silly little Lundby vacuum, you know, it's sort of to scale. So we've got 3 vacuums in this house. How unusual. So we've got that little Harry there, and this is a little bit more flexible actually, because the hose does move and bend, so you can position it to however you want it. But these are easy to get hold of. There we go. I'm gonna sit there, Harry. So there we go. That's my utility room. As you can see, the house is almost full, although I've got a few more bits of furniture to add to several of the rooms. We haven't got a TV yet in the living room. There's also a cot to add to the main bedroom. I do have a bunk bed as well, so I'm not sure where that's going to go. I might take out that single bed because we do have 2 children sharing, so I might put the bunk bed in here instead of that single bed. We should still be able to keep the little desk. And of course I need to light the house, and it's been pointed out, how do people get up the stairs? Well, I will be adding 2. I don't know if I can add 2 or I'm not sure. I'll have to look. I know I can definitely add 1 staircase, but I do have 2. I'm not sure how they fit, but yes, there are staircases that I can add to this house. And there's some other little bits and pieces I need to add. There's some few prints for the wall, of course all the lights, other bits of furniture. So I'll do that in the next video. We'll finish it off with some of the furniture, and then I'll do a separate video with all the lights. We'll try and fit the curtains. Now we've got this tacky wax, I might be able to get the curtains on the windows. The curtains aren't designed for this house, I've discovered, so that's why they don't really fit. But I might be able to put them up with some tacky wax just to finish off the windows. But all in all, yes, I'm pretty pleased with it. It's almost ready to be moved into, but not for another couple of videos at least, and then we'll meet the family. Now, one thing before I go, we'll just have a look. Now, one or two people have pointed out that perhaps the spare logs that came with the log burner actually fit in the log burner. I mean, the door does open like so. I don't have the packet to hand, so I'll just take out 3 of the logs from. So I suppose they do kinda. Well, I'm not sure. I don't think I've ever seen them inside, you know, in a picture, a Lundby picture. I've not actually seen. Yeah, they don't really fit. I mean, yeah, I could get 2 in like that, I suppose, but yeah, they're not. I don't know. I think it looks better without, personally. So I think the spares are just for spare, you know, in case you lose any, because they don't really look. Whoops, they don't look very good when in the fireplace, and it sort of obscures the lighting effect. I'm trying to speak louder because the recycling are here directly outside my house. Or is it? No, it's not. It's not recycling. It's big bin day. Oh no, it's too late. Too late now. I needed to rush out and put the kitchen, empty the kitchen bin into the big bin, but too late. That'll have to wait till next time. So yeah, so there's that. So that's today's video, the utility room. Hope you've enjoyed this one. Don't forget to tune in, same time, same place, for the next video, which will be video number 8. How exciting. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.